Welcome to Rebabble AI, your daily AI briefing. It's the 29th of July, and we've got 20 stories for you today. Let's dive in. Let's start with the biggest stories today. First up today, Lilian, Weng, co-founder of Thinking Machines, has announced her departure due to physical burnout. In her farewell letter, Weng shared that 20 months of high-pressure work at the company severely impacted her health. She plans to seek future roles with clearer boundaries and greater predictability. Next, Huawei's Hong Kong Lebanese Research Center COE team, alongside HKU and HKUST, has released the Bugeng Image 0.1 multimodal model family. Using Qwen 3VL8B as its instruction encoder, it supports native 2K generation. The model was pre-trained on just 208 million unique images. And to wrap up this section, Bing Beyond has launched Bing 6.8, the first implicit tactile word action model. It integrates tactile modalities into latent space representations. For the first time, the team built a video dataset of over 500,000 hours called UniHand 3.0 and used Tactile Hand to generate contact intel. Next up, some notable shifts across the industry. Moving on to new developments, Microsoft has launched the MAI Cyber 1 Flash security model, featuring 137 billion parameters and 5 billion active parameters. Embedded in the MDASH agent security system, this combination scored 95.95% on CyberGym tests, beating Anthropic's Mythos, 5 at half the cost. Finally, for this segment, Volcano Engine has opened the search capabilities behind the double app to enterprises and developers, accessible via API, MCP, and skill formats. The service provides rich fields, including authority grading, publication time, summaries, and original markdown snippets. This integration helps AI agents retrieve and filter real-time external information. Now let's turn to new tools worth trying. Now let's look at tools. Perplexity has released its official single-file command line tool, Polka. It allows users to run web searches and scrape content directly from the terminal, returning results in standard JSON format, designed for both humans and AI coding agents. The tool supports token budget control and local file saving via the PPLX output directory. To wrap up our tool segment, Handle AI, funded by teams from Tsinghua and Peking universities, has launched a self-evolving decision system for high-value scenarios like financial research and scientific inquiry. By tracking and analyzing user decision paths and feedback, the system digitizes and evolves cognitive processes. Moving on to what's new on the research side. Forking to academic research, a new ICML 2026 oral paper titled Causal Game, co-authored by MBZ UAICMU and Tsinghua, introduces an interactive game benchmark to test causal reasoning in 30 frontier LLM agents. The study reveals that all tested models struggled to discover true physical causal mechanisms when facing selection. Moving on to our next study. A new self-supervised learning research paper introduces ViceRig. It tackles the representation collapse problem in JPA world models by decoupling the anti-collapse regularization into two independent components, scale and shape. This solves the vanishing gradient issue found in previous methods. Visor performed exceptionally well across 15 cases. Next up in research, a team led by Professor Qiao Xiang from Yemen University alongside Shanghai Jiao University and Tsinghua University will publish a paper at SIGCOMM 2026. They introduced RepLMM, a multi-agent framework for reproducing network research. Finally, for our learning section, the Berkeley AI Research Lab, or BAAER, has published a paper introducing ABBL. This framework learns natural language belief states for memory-efficient interaction. By using natural language belief states as an information bottleneck and introducing an autoencoder-style belief score, ABEL significantly improves agent memory and learning efficiency. Next up, the business news. First up in business news, Delta Intelligence, a developer of foundation models for native general-purpose humanoid robots, has secured nearly 500 million yuan in an Angel++ funding round. Investors include several listed companies and leading financial institutions. The company plans to use the new funds for model iteration, mass production of self-developed data, collection equipment, and building a data closed loop. Next, in the business sector, AI voice model startup Fish Audio has raised $50 million in a seed funding round. The round was coded by Carline Ventures and Capital. Today, Fish Audio has already released its open-source voice generation model, Fish Speech, and boasts over 150,000 natural language control instruction. And to wrap up business, Recursive Superintelligence, a startup focusing on self-improving AI systems, has signed a $400 million multi-year compute agreement with Amazon AWS. This partnership will provide the computing power needed to train HRS's large-scale self-improving AI systems. The company plans to leverage this compute to launch its first batch of practical AI agent products. Now let's turn to what the community's been talking about. First, in our community section, social media is buzzing with discussions about US enterprises cutting back on large model spending. Instead of burning cash, companies are turning to tokenomics for precise cost control. They are routing simple tasks to smaller or open-source models, reserving expensive closed-source flagship models only for core planning. Finally today, community discussions highlight how AI coding, assistants and agents are reshaping software development. The technology is blurring the lines between product, design, and engineering, giving rise to full-stack generalist talent. While AI lowers the barrier to writing code, human-centric skills like product definition, aesthetics, and taste. And to wrap up this section, China's new regulations on anthropomorphic interaction have officially taken effect. In response, some major platforms have taken down custom AI agent features. This has sparked intense debates among users about downloading cyberlovers and virtual emotional dependency. Users and platforms are facing deep predicaments over the definition of virtual property, and finally, a few more stories worth mentioning. First up, in other tech news, BYD has confirmed that its first humanoid robot will make its official debut in early August at the DICE Space in Zhongzhou. The automaker plans to deploy this robot across its dealership network. It will be used for welcoming customers and explaining vehicle models. BYD hopes to achieve commercial application for the robot within the next 1 to 2 years. Moving on to chip makers. Global Vision, AIAL, Zog's leader, Sigma Star, is accelerating its transition to high computing edge AI chips. The company has already shipped over 10 million robot vision chips. Currently, they have launched an 8 TOPS chip that supports running large models locally, Alonco. And finally, a massive financial deal. NVIDIA is reportedly in talks with OpenAI to provide up to $250 billion in financing guarantees. This is for a 10-gigawatt supercomputing center in Ohio, costing over $500 billion. The project will be developed by a SoftBank Energy subsidiary. That's all 20 stories for today. We publish a new briefing every day, so hit follow and you won't miss one. This has been Rebubble. See you tomorrow.